Hi, and welcome to Whilst Knox Appears. I'm Andy,
I'm Neil.
and today we're going to talk about the top 10 games which we believe require a modern remake.
Yes, I think when we did this list, it can either be a remake or a remaster. It's totally up to you. When I did this
As long as
list,
something that was old now runs on modern hardware, I think that's where we're taking the...
exactly.
Yeah.
And as I was doing this, I was thinking that would be a great choice. Oh, they've already done it. That'd be a great. They've already done that. Okay, this list could be harder than I thought. But
Well,
yes.
oh dear, because I've got one which might... It's not been fully confirmed, but it might kind of been confirmed. So,
well, that's fine. It's on the list. So let's start
indeed.
with your number 10 then, Andy.
Okay, you're going to probably be surprised about this, but it's an FPS game I played back when we were, I think, would have just nearly been starting university. It's called Medal of Honor Allied Assault.
Oh, okay.
No.
But why that
The reason
one?
because this one, the first level is the D-Day landing, and I'd love to see that reimagined with today's tech, all the new graphics and stuff like that, because I think it'd be absolutely insane. And that's a bit weird for me to want a game remade for a very tragic, well, a very positive event in the war, I guess, but it was such an experience back even on the older hardware that just like with the Frostbite engine, with what people in Battlefield are doing, I think it'd just be absolutely outstanding. I think it would be insane.
I think that's what made that game come to the fore, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That Normandy section. I think that's what everybody like sat up and like took notice of, like that game, and that's what made Medal of Honor actually quite good. Up until then, they kind of like dropped the ball a bit. But no.
Yeah, I mean, that was I've never really played a Medal of Honor game before that or since then, if I'm honest.
Exactly.
But I was very fond of that one.
Yeah. What kind of year was that? You said it was around about 99. Was it the turn?
I didn't. Unfortunately, I don't have the dates for that. But
I'll put it in.
I'm very slack.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been because I remember Colin getting into it. I remember a few of our friends getting into it. So I'm gonna say just before uni. Well, no, I'm gonna say uni-ish.
Yeah. I think. So yeah,
could have been even after uni.
99 to it's fine. But yeah, I think Medal of Honor. It's
a wide scope.
That was definitely one of the like classic levels, and I think for it to be on like a modern computer with like a 3080 Ti like running out or something like that, you know, you're thinking, wowzers, that could be like bullet storms, you know, hell and all that sort of thing. I think that would be pretty damn good to like try and, you know.
It'd be interesting. I'd like to see it, and some of the other levels were quite good. I'd like to see reimagined now as well. So
for like 2 seconds, I thought your like number 10 choice was going to be like a Delta Force game or something like that, because I thought, here we go, you know, that was like a FPS roundabout, you know, when we went to uni. It's kind of
but I mean, I don't really have that fond memories of those. So
I think the only person that had fond memories was Colin when he shot from like 6 miles away from the like top of the hill, and you're a pixel.
Insane.
Yeah, but no, okay.
I'm a pixel.
I'm a pixel. Please shoot me. Okay, so that's your number 10. Okay, so my number 10 choice then, pretty much the complete opposite of an FPS from nearly the turn of the century, is Buggy Boy. I love Buggy Boy for the Commodore 64.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was an amazing little like racing game. Well, not racing game. It was like a time trial game. I don't know if you tried it on the Amiga, but it was damn awful. So I'm only talking about the Commodore 64 version, where you're like a little buggy, and you have to choose your course, be it north, south, off road, that kind of choices, and you had to go around the little assault course, pick up flags, and avoid gates, rocks, and everything else that was put in your way. I thought it was a lovely arcade game. I thought it was brilliant. I think you could easily remaster this one and like bring it out. And I think people would love it. You have to keep the scale right, though. You have to keep the buggy quite small, because I do remember that the Amiga buggy was half the screen or something like that. It was daft. But that little Commodore 64 buggy was like quite a small one, a bit like a remote control car, you know, kind of size, and it was really fast, action paced, and I kind of loved it. And it's one of my true charms of the Commodore 64. This little buggy going around these like huge courses, and had ramps and stuff as well that you could go up and then smash straight into obstacles as you landed. It was really, really fun to do, and I'm pretty crap at racing games, and I probably was pretty crap at Buggy Boy as well, but it gave everybody a chance. So I think that would be fantastic if you could update the graphics so it was like a little brand spanking new buggy like scooting around these these courses.
Yeah, with some interesting like 2D backgrounds or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was as good as the Commodore 64 could do, but it was the sheer pace of it. Whoever programmed it realized that, a bit like the opposite, like a game like Hard Driving, where the screen moved every second or something. This was really sheer fast pace, and I think the guy that did it on the Com 64 was a wizard, and I think you could put it on these. He's a wizard. You're a Buggy Boy wizard, Harry. But I think if you could put it onto like a new computer these days, I think people would still buy it. Obviously not full price, but I think so I'd love to see that on the PC. Yeah.
Nice.
Or anyone Switch. That'd be pretty cool as well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is it doesn't have to be on anything. I mean, look at some of the remakes recently. They're perfect for the Switch because a lot of them are 2D and they don't need much power. But
well, that's right. And I can't believe that Buggy Boy hasn't kind of been brought up. But I mean, there's a lot of little racy games like that. But I think Buggy Boy for me it was something a little bit different. So I think bring it out now. So yeah, that is my number 10. Right, Andy. Is it going to be something crazy for number 9?
Okay. I'm going to say number 9 is Sega Rally.
Right.
On the Sega Saturn.
The first one.
Now, the reason I've chosen this, the first one.
Yes.
Because I'm not fond of the second one. But the first one, I thought had perfect controls. It just felt awesome. You felt so quick. Obviously, it's not a massive game because there's only four on the Saturn. There's 4 courses.
4, yeah.
Because on the arcade there was only 3 on the Saturn. They added the extra one, the Lakeside, I think it was called. I'd love to see, and I don't want the underlying code touched in terms of controls and things like that. Just modernize it.
Yeah.
Slap some awesome graphics on it, and I'd love just to play through some of those old tracks. Just perfect 3D at 60 frames per second. I think it'd be amazing.
I think you've hit the nail on the head for a lot of these choices. We don't want the control mechanisms touched because, as we've seen on quite a few modern masters or remakes, when you do muck around with control methodology, you get a completely different experience. And I think for games like Sega Rally, where it feels right, I don't know if you've got Concrete 2 on your list, but I would feel if they could update the graphics on that, but keep the controls exactly how it felt when you played it, you've got a winning game. So I think Sega Rally, you don't want to muck around with too much.
Funnily enough, I was going to put Colin McRae Rally in here, but I knew you were going to talk about it, so I because I just thought, Neil's going to talk about it, so I chose.
Yeah, I didn't put Colin McRae Rally 2 in, no, because I think it still holds up. It still runs on a PC-ish to this day. And the graphics
I had to download a mod to get it to work in widescreen format and stuff like that. So, and that mod works pretty well. So yeah.
So it was that reason that I said, well, I would love to see a Colin McRae Rally 2, but I think it still stands up as a game that I would happily play today. And if it still runs on a modern PC today with some help, then play that instead.
You can't really put it in. Yeah. Agreed.
I think so.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've shot ourselves in the foot there, haven't we?
Excellent. So Sega Rally, I played it for the Dreamcast with the steering wheel. I think I played the second one, did I? Yeah. So maybe, obviously, I should have treated myself.
I wasn't a huge fan of. I don't know what it was. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not a huge fan of the number 2 at all.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It just felt so radically different to the first one, and I thought the first one's controls didn't need to be touched.
Yes.
So
yeah. No, I mean, that's it. I think if you've got a game that you love, like Sensible Soccer, where you don't want to change the control mechanism, which we've not put in our list either, because again, we don't want that one mucked around with really, because you would just change. I think I love the graphics being so small as well. If you try to redraw them with modern day graphics, it might look funny. It might look a bit strange. So we put
I just don't think it would be worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I can still play Sensible Soccer on my Xbox
Yes, the
through
360.
backwards
Was it 360?
compatibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only issue with that is obviously you got used to playing it with a controller because you're slightly
Oh
mental.
yeah.
Um,
Because I was because I played it on the
SNES.
SNES, was it?
Yes, I think it said SNES. Yeah, but I mean, I think for me, it's essentially for me, it's like joystick or bust. Because if I tried to play like SWOS on a controller, I think I would actually have to murder somebody. But I like to say
You got beat by someone with a controller, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
That guy bought his own Mega Drive controller. I remember that.
Yeah, and I said good game. He only won because I had a guy sent off. Well, no, but it was close. But yes, so that I'll never live that down, Andy. But anyway, sorry. But yes, that's why
we should have another session where you play with a joystick and I play with a controller, and
definitely one of the last.
And then we swap at halftime.
Okay, that's not bad. I would need a few goal leads, I think. I think that's probably going to be one of the last videos that we'll do. Is we'll just do like a final like SWOS World Cup with everybody, and just have like official draw or something. I mean, you could be seeded 1 and 2, and everyone else just gets chucked in the pot, and then you kind of see how you go with like a sensible World Cup. If we get 8 people going, then we'll do that. Okay, so
that's amazing.
So number 9 then for me, in the same vein of Buggy Boy, I am kind of going well back into the past again, but I've chosen Paperboy as my number 9. Again, I think Paperboy would be quite a fun little remaster. Whether or not you could almost do it, dare I say, 3D, I don't know. You have to aim for like a post box or like a mailbox in the distance there. Maybe even VR. Maybe that's me going too far, but I'm thinking Paperboy VR would be quite a fun thing to start with anyway. I love Paperboy.
Everything VR these days, haven't they? They've got like surgeon simulator, car mechanic simulator, job simulator,
VR simulator.
So
yeah. So I think Paperboy for me, it was Game of the Year. I think back in like '88 or something like that. It was like really fun, and even if you got past the actual official day, you still had the like little assault course at the end, which I dramatically sucked at. But I just loved it because you were chased by like little remote control cars, dogs, people, angry people. There was like pneumatic drill guys in the way, and you had to like swerve them as well. It was a really, really fantastic little, I would say, almost like action platform in a way, but without the actual platforms to sit on. But yeah. Paperboy for me was one of the, again, I think it came out on pretty much everything. I think they even released a Paperboy 2, which I might have to try and get or have a go at, because I didn't really realise they did a follow-up.
I wonder what that's released on.
I think it was NES a lot as well, but I'll have a look. But yeah, so Paperboy for me was one of my childhood classics for the Commodore 64. I think my mum bought me it because she was like, is this any good? It has Game of the Year written on it.
This is a practice for your real life job when you become a paperboy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember my sister having like a free paper round, but she got like either knackered or she needed some help because these houses where we live were quite long drives. They're quite posh drives, so they went all the way down to not like North Yorkshire. So yeah, it was crazy.
Manor House.
Yeah, Manor House. Yeah. So I had to go and help her do the bloody paper round. But yeah, so Paperboy for me, I think you either keep
There's some resentment there, Neil.
Only a little bit, but then again, I was doing bugger all else, so I might as well. But I mean, Paperboy was obviously isometric, wasn't it? Yeah, you went.
Yes,
kind of.
It was.
But I think you could either keep it like that kind of angle and just like redo it and have extra stuff like coming at you, or you could have a go at like VR. I think it'd be worth a cheeky go. I think, yeah, because I'd love to fling
everything I say.
Fling VR papers, bing. I think that'd be quite fun. So again, that's me going back to my like Commodore 64 times and thinking, I love that game. If they could maybe redo it, they could probably get some kind of sales on it. But obviously, be careful.
Here's the question: would you like a mobile version?
I'm one of these people that I'm one of these stuck-up arseholes that hate mobile games. In like China, they're like seen as like a form of if you spend more money on a mobile game, you're seen as a, like a higher kind of like class or something almost. It's some kind of like you get put up this some kind of like, oh, look at me, I'm a hero. I like mobile games. In
Different
America
strokes.
and this country, it's seen as a bit of a pariah kind of territory, isn't it? Although they still make millions of pounds. I mean, look at
They do.
Pugba, like mobile, makes
Fortnite.
billions.
Fortnite probably makes more.
Fortnite probably has overtaken it now. Yeah.
Definitely.
Again, both those games need to be burned into a
Roblox.
huge pit.
My God. I'm learning about Roblox now as well, thanks to my nieces.
All right, Roadblocks. I haven't heard that one. Is
Roblox. No, Roblox.
Roblox.
LOX. Yeah. It's the next. Well, I don't think it's the next big thing. It's been around for a long time. I actually saw a job advertised for it for like a Lua programmer for Roblox.
You should have gone for it just to close it down. Because
I don't know Lua. Just to close it down. Here's my event. It's a black screen. Good job, Andrew. You've destroyed Roblox.
Yes. Now you're on to Fortnite. No. But yeah, no, I understand. But no, mobile games for me, no, I don't bother. Maybe I'm at a certain age where I'm like, well, not really. Go away. I'd rather just take my Switch with me.
If I'm honest, the games I'm playing on my my tablet or my phone are stuff where it's like just a button click or a crossword or solitaire. Solitaire. Playing a lot of solitaire recently. It's a bit too fast for me, solitaire, so I've had to slow it down with only pulling one card.
Slow solitaire, meant for old foosties. Yeah. So anyway, that's fine. Yeah. Right. Okay, number 8 then for yourself then, Andy.
Okay, you're gonna probably hate me for this again, but I've said Panzer the Dragoon Spy or Saga.
Yeah.
So the first Panzer Dragoon was remade.
Yes, that's right.
I played through that for Neil the other night, and it was an interesting game.
It was fun,
but it's not as highly rated as the second one or Saga. So I'd love to see like a really good spy conversion. Once again, maybe don't even touch the code, just make it run on. Well, you're gonna have to touch the code in some cases just to get it run on modern hardware. Yeah. And just really, really tat the graphics up, so that'd be awesome to see. Because I'd never really played Spy that much. I got that much later, actually. Like, I think I got it when we've been to one of these retro conventions. I actually bought it then.
Yeah.
So I'd love to play through that again. And Saga, as I've said in my thing, it's the only RPG I've ever gone from start to finish on and finished.
And I think it's a good opportunity for people that want to play Saga that don't want to do emulation, that they can maybe just buy it so that it's not £200 for the discs,
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous money how much it is.
Yeah.
I don't know why I've not sold it, to be honest with you, but yes.
It's like supply and demand, I guess, isn't it? Because it must have sold quite badly in the West, and now everybody kind of wants this cult little game. I say little because it was not well sold over here, probably not. But like prices are shocking for it, and so yeah. Actually, I've got
300 plus.
I've got one on my list that is the same kind of situation where it's just way too much money to even contemplate buying for a little bit of
a playthrough
bespoke system too. So please just bring it out again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I completely agree.
So I think that's good. I mean, there's probably quite good odds that, especially Sigh is going to come out, because if the company that did the first Panzer,
I think there are rumours, but I don't think there's anything in concrete yet.
Yeah, exactly.
It is on the.
I think that'd be quite fun, especially if like sales were pretty good. That for the first one, that they could justify saying we'll go on. Yeah, that's good, because I did enjoy the first one. It was unique.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of backlog in terms of the Sega IPs and consoles that they could maybe remake and make a lot of money on.
Yeah, I think because Nintendo have been going full steam ahead.
My next one is a Sega one again. So.
Oh, nice, good. But yeah, I think because when you thought about what games would I like Nintendo to bring? Oh, they've mostly all brought them out already. So
they're doing pretty well with that.
Yeah, crazy. Because I think Link's Awakening would have been one of mine to say, can you remake that again? Although when I played both of them, and granted I haven't played the Switch version for too long, I'd still prefer the Game Boy one. The Game Boy for me has a lot more charm, and it just feels like a really good solid game.
Big out a modern Game Boy.
Well, that'd be great. Yeah, exactly. Rather than all these people like modding it. I mean, there are some fantastic mods out there with the backlit screens and the colors, and I think that's pretty fantastic. So I might have to try and see if you can how much one of them is, are with the with the backlit and the like modern screens and stuff. But I do think that Sega need to catch up maybe with a few of their like IPs that because all they're doing is software now. So I mean, you'd think. Unless like a Dreamcast 2 comes out, and then we're like both on board for that.
I don't think that'll happen. I really don't think that'll happen.
You would still buy one though, wouldn't you?
I did actually have a fighting game a Sega fighting game in my list, Fighters Mega Mix, but I took it out for Sega Rally. Now, the reason I took it out was we've recently got a remake or re-release of Virtua Fighter 5 on the PlayStation 4/5.
Okay, yeah.
So I kind of said, well, we've kind of had one of those, so I'm going to put something else in there that I'd like to see.
Yes.
Because we've kind of got what that was back, which is like a three or four button, so punch kick guard, yeah. 3-button fighter where you do it's not like a 6-button fighter, or it's not insane with mental combos, or it probably is knowing the people who play it these days in this day and age, but it probably is, but it's interesting. I have been playing it recently with my friend James, and it's been nice to relive some of the old memories. It moved cool. Anyway, I'll let you finish.
Okay, so that was number 8, wasn't it? So my 8 is I do actually have a Blizzard game on my list. I do. Yep. Can you guess what it is?
It's either going to be Rock and Roll Racing or Lost Vikings.
It's the Lost Vikings, yes. I do feel like
that's kind of been re-released, hasn't it?
Has it though? See, this is it. I mean, I tried to do my research. I think because I thought for Lost Vikings you could do a 3-player co-op game where you each control. Yeah, because you each control one Viking, so that's what I would hope from a game like the Lost Vikings, that you could all do like 3 players.
Maybe not them.
Well, no, I mean this is it. This is what I want from this game.
No, it's not been made. It's just been re-released. So you're thinking of more of a remake.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I would like to see it that you could either do co-op with it, like bigger puzzles, or something that needs like a 3 players on it. I think because there's not too many 3-player puzzly co-op-y type things going on. And Lost Vikings was obviously all about, because each Viking did something different. One guy had like a shield, one guy had a sword, and one guy could jump. Was that it? See, that's it. I've actually lost the plot.
No other Vikings can jump except for me.
Was it jump or was it? It was definitely sword and unlike shield. Yeah. And obviously you could deflect fire, or you could kill baddies. And so I think a puzzly game like that again would be absolutely fantastic. And I think you could easily like remaster it to have like 3-player controls on it. So I think for me, Lost Vikings, Rock and Roll Racing is actually a good shout as well, though, because I think that would be fun.
It was actually quite funny because I think from what I remember, it's called the Blizzard Retro Collection or something like that they released, and it was like,
and it was on it. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Lost Vikings was in it, and I'm pretty sure Rock and Roll Racing was in it. And what they had to give a warning on the game that if you stream this game, you will have your audio muted and your you basically get.
Is it because of Blues Brothers?
Because of the music. Yeah, because of the music.
Yeah. Which was awesome again, but this is it. This is why.
Funny enough, recently, a friend of mine tried to upload a video of me to Instagram, and it was me doing an assault course in Fountains Abbey, but he put some music on it, which was like the Mission Impossible music, and it instantly got taken down.
Yes.
So.
It's because one of our intros actually has the Mission Impossible.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
But it's only for like 12 seconds, so it must be fair use policy, because it never gets flagged.
You'd hope so.
So obviously your little assault course must be longer than half a minute or something. Hence, that's probably why.
I'm getting old, Neil. It takes a bit of time for me to actually do anything this day and age. So,
so I think that's definitely it.
I did complete it. I was really proud of myself.
Good
I mean, it's for children, but still.
And it took you a day and a half. But I mean, so yes. So I think for me, Lost Vikings would be an awesome like remake to do like 3-player puzzle co-op. I think more games should be puzzle co-op. So yeah. I definitely think that's awesome. Right, Your number 7?
I think we need more co-op games in general. It'd be really nice.
Like GTA 6. But anyway.
That'd be amazing if you can. Let's not get our hopes up. Let's not get our hopes up.
We were hoping that 5 was going to be. 6 has to be. Surely. But anyway. Rockstar.
Well, with what they've said about Halo Infinite recently, that it's going to be too difficult to implement co-op because it's an open world system.
Didn't they said it was coming, but not straight away? It was in season 2.
Yeah, coming, but not straight away. But come on. That's
the lifeblood of Halo, isn't it? I don't know.
Yes, that's how I've never played a Halo game by myself. I don't think. Maybe the first one on the original Xbox, but after that, never a single-player game of Halo.
A lot of people did say that they would just play it through the first time single-player, and then they would have co-ops on it. But I think
maybe
there's quite a few people that actually do straight away want the co-op aspect of it. So
I'm happy with that because I think a lot of the good experiences in games come from the co-op situations, which you don't have by a single player.
Exactly, it adds an extra element.
Like me driving off a cliff or taking everybody with me.
I pay money to see you drive off a cliff every time. So
in real life as well.
Right, number 7, you go.
Okay, so this is another Sega Saturn game, and I want it remade, but in a very specific way.
Good.
I want Virtua Cop back.
All right. Yes. Oh yes. How would they do that?
I absolutely adore the first Virtua Cop.
How would they do the gun on a modern?
I want it in VR.
Great.
I think that'd be awesome.
Yes.
Now, there's recently been a game released called the Zombieland Headshot Fever or something. I can't remember. I've got it on the Oculus. I don't actually remember the name of it, but that is very similar to this, where you don't. It's not where you walk around yourself. You come to a point. The zombies, you kill them. You go to the next point. You kill them.
Because
that's very reminiscent of how old light gun games were. So you have like stages that you move through. So you get to this point, you kill all the enemies, then you go forwards to the next point. You kill all the enemies, and you go forwards again. I kind of miss it because I absolutely adore Virtua Cop on the Sega Saturn with the light guns. Pew, pew, pew.
I think it's a House of the Dead as well, and there's other ones.
Yeah. House of the Dead on the Dreamcast is very highly rated. So
I think
because I think the guns on the Dreamcast, you could put the rumble pack in them.
Yes.
So when you pull the trigger, you got like feedback on the guns as well.
Yeah.
So.
I think I do miss a good old light gun game as well. I mean, I was absolutely pants at them.
So am I, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying them.
Exactly. Yes, I think Virtual Cop would be a very good one to have a go on. Yeah, and I think that's the kind of game that like VR would work amazing with, because like you said, with like stages and stuff as well, so you're not even moving as such, you're just going along and just targeting the different sections of the screen. Yeah, that'd be pretty damn good to actually have as a VR game. Yeah, so yeah, good choice.
I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
I don't know why they've not done it, to be honest with you, because I think it'd make quite a lot of money.
Yeah, I think
because you could have like you could even make it with newer graphics, but for the people who want the retro style, just have a retro style. They'll probably add that as DLC, charge you £10 for it, and I'm a sucker, so I'll buy it. So
only £10, that's a bargain. No, that's a good choice then. So I think so Virtua Cop I think is yeah, that'd be pretty cool on the like Quest, especially if it was like, again, if you could do 2-player. Because you could have like a ghost guy next to you, couldn't you? Just like you know.
And don't get me wrong, I do like VR where you can run around areas and you can take things from different. I mean, I played. I forgot what it's called now. Begins with an F on the PlayStation. Farpoint. There we go. That game.
Yeah, with the bugs. Sorry, I had to say was bugs, and I'd be like, yeah, Farpoint. Okay. So my number 7 is the game that we spoke about earlier, which is now like £250 if you want to buy it. It came out on a couple of things, but especially for us in the West, the Mega CD. So if you don't have a Mega CD and £250, you're going to tell me what it is, aren't you? Now?
No. I'm going to let you finish.
Is Snatcher. I think more people need to play Snatcher, because I'm pretty sure this is a Kojima one, isn't it? He is Lord Snatcher.
Maybe.
Am I going to have to Google that just in case? Hang on.
Just in case you perjured yourself.
I thought it is. It's Konami, definitely, so I think it's definitely... Yes, it is. It's a Kojima one, so I should never doubt myself. I'm always right. No, I'm not. But I think Snatcher is one of
Honest
these.
too.
I think Snatcher is one of these games where more people need to give this one a go, because this is one of these cult ones.
I don't think many people did they?
No,
I think that's
because
what it was.
I think in the West it only came out for the Mega CD. I think.
I think it may be PC as well.
No.
Okay.
No.
You're a bad
PC
man, Andrew.
Engine.
PC Engine,
And I think
right.
that was in the East.
Right, okay.
I think. I think it only came out for us, North America and EU. It came out for just the like Sega Mega CD. Yes.
Oh wow.
It came out for the Saturn, the PlayStation, the PC Engine, the MSX2, and the NEC PC 8801. Obviously, it just rolls off the tongue. But they were all in Japan. So I think games like this they need to bring out properly. I mean, it is on my little Mega Drive Mini, because I bought the one from Japan. So it is on there. Unfortunately,
Oh right, that's awesome.
It's Japanese heavy, so you couldn't really even.
So you can't even play it. Yeah.
No.
You'd have to learn Japanese basically.
You would have to learn Japanese. So I think a game like that is screaming to be brought out, because it has got a huge cult following. And I think a game like that, and I think it was highly regarded as well. This is why, obviously, some of the decisions to come out of Japan earlier on are just balmy. So, although one that they did decide to bring out is also on my list, and then that kind of bombed. But anyway, so Snatcher is one of these detective cyberpunk kind of games, you know. I think it was half
that
puzzle,
might be better than
half
RPG.
RPG.
So
Probably going to be better than Cyberpunk. So I think I would love to see that.
Although I have not played it, so I can't really justify that.
I think Kojima could like beg to Konami, look, just give me the rights. I'll give you some money back, and they'll go. But yeah, so I think a lot of people in the West would love to actually be able to play Snatch without having to buy a Mega CD and the actual CD itself. Although you probably could burn it onto a disc. But anyway, never mind. But if you were to officially play it, so Snatcher I think is one of these games that needs to come out again just for ease of use, a bit like your like Saga, where it really needs it needs to come out and be visible to to more people. So that's my number 7, Snatcher. On to your number 6.
Yeah, your list is much better than mine. So my number 6 is a Game Boy game.
Yes, good. And this is it. It goes up now.
This is.
I was going to try and guess, but go for it, because I'm.
Super Mario Land.
I was going to, but they brought out Super Mario Land 3D.
Did they?
Yeah. Pretty sure they did.
Yeah, but I'd like not obviously the 3D one.
A nice 2D.
But this is once again,
yes,
just a 2D remaster, a bit like the Alex Kidd game we got recently.
Yes.
Just the original game.
Yeah.
With better graphics and
yeah,
just the same old style. Just to play it, because I think a lot of people will not have played this. Well, I think a lot of people have played this game, but younger generations won't, because unless they've got a parent who's obsessed with old games and stuff like that, then they might have had a chance. But
no, I agree with you.
I think it's easily, in my opinion, in the top 10 Mario games of all time.
Yeah,
because it's great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I love the scale,
and it's
love the speed.
The scale, the diversity. It's not just you're in a submarine. Oh, you're in a plane.
Yeah.
And it's just cool, and it's stuff that they've not really done again since.
That's true.
I don't
flying levels are like quite rare. Aren't they? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now, mind you, they were a staple of the old platforms like Sonic and stuff like that. Had Sonic 2 had the flying levels. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
But I think it's a great little game. I think it would be amazing on the Switch. I don't know why they've not done because they've done on the Switch. They've done the backwards compatible NES and SNES. Don't know why they've not even bothered with the Game Boy, because there's so many things there, and Game Boy emulation is so easy, well done at this point in time. Then I honestly don't know why they've not done it. I think I'd be really happy with it.
You could even put. It wouldn't even have to be a lot. You could put 6 in one in a cart even, and like flog it, and I'm sure people would buy it. I mean, there's a lot of good little Game Boy games. I mean, God,
Gems.
you could even
Absolute
put Pokemon
gems, yeah.
on as well, because Game Freak
Oh,
Nintendo.
God, it got nuts, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you could put Super Mario Land, Nintendo, you could put Tetris, and everybody would then just go bonkers.
Now, I know we've had a remake of Yellow and the original ones, haven't we? Kanto, is it?
Yes.
No. Yeah,
we've had
the Kanto region ones.
And we've had Heart Gold, Soul Silver, which
Yeah.
were the like Gen 2 ones, and obviously we're getting Pearl and Diamond shortly, so they're coming out. So I think,
Yeah.
And we've had Leaf Green and Fire Red.
I think a lot of the time is also just preserving the history as well, because some people might want to see where it all started. They might not like it, but having that there to go back to it might be nice.
I think Mario Land is one of these timeless classics that I think you could easily, I mean, if you spruced it up for the modern generation.
If they've released Alex Kidd in Miracle World, then surely Super Mario Land, and the people at the should saying, "Oh, maybe we should release some of our old back catalogue as well." Yes, you should.
You absolutely should. Yeah, nice one. So that's a good choice. I thought you were going for the like 3D-ish way, but I like how you've stuck with the like keep it as is, but just like spruce up the graphics a wee bit anyway. Yeah. Okay. So
because sorry, go on.
No, go for it. Finish it off.
I was just going to say, because like I say, Super Mario Land easily in the top 10. I wouldn't be able to give you an accurate figure where it is, but it would be easily in my top 5 for Mario games.
Yeah, nice. I would say so too, because that's the only game that I've ever loved and finished. I've never really finished any other Mario game. No, but excellent. Super Mario Land, then keep it 2D. My number 6 is, I was thinking, again, I think Commodore Amiga, there must be a game that hasn't been remade, although it's getting smaller and smaller. But
Bring back Trolls.
Well, actually, Adam did suggest Speedball 2, which I think is quite a good move. I think that'd be quite fun, although I still think it plays quite
VR
well.
it.
VR it. That'd be a good idea. Maybe I should put that in. But I've gone for number 6. I've gone for Desert Strike. I think Desert Strike was one of the classic kind of like isometric shooters. Not like it was like a tactical kind of like. It was it wasn't an RPG. It was more like a mission based, wasn't it? Maybe mission based shooter. And even I loved that one, even though I found it really hard at times. But
I struggled to get off the first level. So.
I think that was but I think it was so well done, and it was such a vast game, and it did like bring you into the game as well. It was a fantastic. I mean, even just looking around for like lost like co-pilots and like extra fuel and stuff like that, you're like, quick, find some. And then when you came across a massive tank or like a surface to air missile, you're like, fly away. I remember playing it on the Amiga, and I was blown away at how good it actually looked, and actually with a basic joystick, how well it played with like a joystick. And it was one of these games that I was like, wow, this is why I've got an Amiga. It was pretty fantastic. It was like so well done, and I think even though the graphics were fantastic, you could just update them slightly. But obviously, again, just keep the controls fairly simple, because it wasn't all about the how like technical the game was. Although you had to get quite close with a winch because the co-pilot was like, over here. It was like over here. And you thought, where are you, little guy? So I was
little guy.
I was like, little guy. So I was like, god damn. So I would love to see Desert Strike remade. I wasn't so impressed by Jungle Strike. I was less impressed by like Nuclear Strike and Urban Strike and stuff like that. But I think if you stick to the first one, I think Desert Strike. Arctic Strike. Britain Strike. We're just going to go around and explode.
Mars Strike.
It's like Tundra Strike, or it'd be what other kind of Volcano Strike. You have to go in. So I think number 6 is like Desert Strike. So I think, okay, so like remake that, please, thank you. So okay, number 5 for you then.
Okay, you're gonna hate me because I've immediately destroyed your 2D dream and gone back to 3D. But I'd like GTA Vice City remade.
Yes, because it's when you play it these days, it's a little bit stretched and a little bit janky.
It's very hard to actually work with modern controls. It really is. I play at my nephew's because he's like, oh, what was the old GTA's like? So we're trying that.
Which is good. Because Vice
But
City
it's,
was one of the better ones.
Oh, I love Vice City. Absolutely adored it.
Yeah.
I nearly failed my degree because of it. But yeah, and other than that, but it was really good. The story is excellent. Obviously, you're only playing a single protagonist in this one because it's the earlier ones. That didn't come until actually 5, did it? So I'll be quiet.
They were all single.
But no, I loved everything about it. The music. I mean, I used to just go and drive and listen to the music sometimes, which is a very weird, sad thing to say.
No, it's some good music.
But I love the story. I love the setting. There's some awesome voice casts in there.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure Gary Busey's in it. I think we've also got Danny Dyer, I think's in it as well.
Oh, is he like a Cockney?
The Cockney Wide Boy. Yeah, he's awesome. He plays the owner of the club, I think, when you first meet him.
All right, nice.
So, no, it's just so good. I loved it, and ironically, if rumours are to be believed, we might be getting this actually.
A London or a remake of Vice City.
Vice City.
Okay, that'd be cool.
The rumours are that we might be getting the original, the new, the original 3D ones. So Vice City, 3D, then GTA 3, the 3D one, then GTA Vice City, and maybe GTA San Andreas as well.
Nice.
Be made, but they're only rumours at the moment. But I'd love it. I'd love a remake of Vice City that just, maybe even just using the GTA 5 engine. I think that'd still be pretty impressive.
No, exactly.
But
because the areas weren't too big, were they? So it'd be interesting to see how they cordon off the area, or do they expand it a wee bit and put a couple of extra?
Yeah, because in GTA 5 you could just go anywhere straight away, can't you?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. So in the original ones you had Island 1,
yes.
Then. So in Vice City you have Island 1, then Island 2 is the one where you meet. I think it's Cortez, who's one of the antagonists of the game.
Yes, that's right.
And then the next island is the other island, which has got the shipyards and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because even
like the city.
Even GTA 3 had like bridges closed because of bad weather or something, wasn't it? Or something,
yeah.
or was it a bomb alert or something? I can't remember. But yeah,
I think it was bad weather.
It was bad weather. I think it
including
was,
the tunnel. I think the tunnel may have been bombed and the bridges were bad weather.
Yeah, it was to try and stop you in this little area. But no, I think that'd be quite cool, and hopefully they do like Vice City and all that again.
I'd love a remake of Vice City because I think it'd be amazing.
Yeah, and I think if they updated the graphics as well, it'd be.
And this is actually one of the ones I'd say you need to look at the control mechanism, because obviously it's going to have to be updated with the bottom ones, because back then it was mouse and keyboard, and even mouse and keyboard is really hard to control on it now, I find.
Yeah.
So.
Especially the little bonus like side mission where you're the little helicopter with the bombs.
I got to the point when I first played that I could do that really easily, and I tried it again. I'm like,
yeah, it's absolutely. I still struggle because it's
one of the missions where it was basically, this is either going to break you or make you. So
yeah, absolutely.
In terms of playing that game,
absolutely crazy. But yeah, good choice. Right, I've got a number 5 for me. I've just put down Smash TV, but I probably mean Super Smash TV. I would like, because there's quite a few twin stick shooters around, and I'm thinking now that you could have direction of gun, you could quite happily do a 2-player co-op Super Smash TV, and have like a Bulletstorm kind of thing again. It's not my kind of game, but I did love how it was set in like a game show kind of, situation.
Very Running Man.
Yeah,
it had that.
Yeah, it had the guy. It had the kind of welcome to and I think that's what I loved about it, and it had like a bosses in it as well. So it wasn't just like complete rooms. It was you got through quite a few rooms, and then you had like a boss rush on, which was quite good. So I do feel like if they could do Super Smash TV and have it a 2-player, not even like local 2-player, actually have it so that you like 2 players could like log in and like play it now. I think Super Smash TV updated would be utterly fantastic, because I think a twin stick shooter, I think it'd be quite fun. So I think because we played Super Smash. Was it Super Smash TV we played? Yeah, and I think obviously I sucked, but I had a lot of fun with it. So,
you didn't suck. You were fine.
No, I died a lot. I think a lot. Maybe maybe my average.
It's a twin stick shooter, a Bulletstorm twin stick shooter. Everybody's meant to die, Neil. Everybody die.
But I think we had so much fun, and I think it is action packed.
Oh, yeah.
I think it is. It's like one of these like frenzied ones as well that it had a bit of tactics with the bosses as well, didn't it? Because you had to learn how to take them down properly. And I think
this is going to be because that's what most Bulletstorm shooters are. They have bosses have a set pattern that they do things, and it's just learning that pattern.
Yes,
and then,
that's right. And I think put it in like a game show kind of experience. It opens up just not like a random go into this like arena and just kill everything. I think so.
Yeah, because the human race at the moment is only 2 years away from doing this anyway, probably a couple of years anyway.
Yeah, so like,
let's just pack them all in. There's too many humans. Let's create a
population over control. Yeah, exactly. So I think
yes,
if you do a bit of a Smash TV kind of like remake, I think people would buy like a twin stick shooter. So definitely go.
Oh yeah, I think they're on a resurgence as well. I think they really are.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be amazing retro, because there's a lot of like pixel art is coming back in like a huge way. So it wouldn't even have to be pixel perfect. It could you could just slightly update.
I mean, I recently played a twin stick shooter that was really, really good, and I can never remember the name of it because I get it the wrong way around. I want to say it's called Space Cactus Android,
yes.
But I think that's mental. I don't think it's called that.
No, but I think one of the companies did it as like a limited run thing. I don't want to use the words limited run, but it was a physical limited run. I think it was Super Rare Games, or it was Special Reserve Games, or Limited Run Games.
Oh, here it is, Assault Android Cactus. There we go. I was not in any way near.
You kind of got it. But that
Cactus Android
that came out on like a physical cart. So I think that is one of the ones that exemplify why like Super Smash TV would actually do quite well.
Ironically though, it doesn't actually have online play.
That sucks.
They say because it can't do it with the lag and all the stuff that's happening.
Well, Super Smash TV could. That's what your task is.
Super Smash TV 2.
Yeah, I think it needs to be. I mean, I know local. No, I think local doesn't work in this day and age.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, with a pandemic, it definitely doesn't work locally, does it? So
exactly. That kind of failed. Do you want to come round and get a disease? Yes, please. Right, okay, so number 4, please. It can be any disease you want, really. Number 4 for you.
I really don't want to say this one because you're going to hate me for it, because it only came out on the Xbox, but I want a modern remake of Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yes, okay. No, because I played
but in the scale of like Grand Theft Auto 5. I really do. I really do. I absolutely adore that game. As it's been probably described by everyone as GTA for kids.
Yes.
But apparently GTA 5's for kids these days, so...
Even though there's massive amounts
of... it's not meant to be.
Gore. But no, I played Simpsons Hit and Run on the GameCube, which remarkably has held its value stupidly well for,
Yeah.
Because I guess it's GameCube tax.
I don't know what it is about the game. It's just something I wasn't expecting it to be that good.
Hit and Run is like the Crazy Taxi, is it? Am I thinking?
It's like GTA.
Oh, hang on.
You play as Homer. You have missions.
What's the other Simpsons game?
I've forgotten what it is, but yeah, it's not Hit and Run.
Hit and Run or Road Rage. Is it?
Road Rage, yeah. So, Simpsons Hit and Run. It's just it's basically there is this. You have this set of missions. You can drive anywhere in Springfield, and you obviously some of the things near the end are absolutely mental to try and do.
Yes. I remember jumping through the nuclear power station. There was like a jump.
Yeah, there was a nuclear power station. Yeah. And you can get out as home and run around and punch things and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
It was quite good.
I just really enjoyed it.
Kind of thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
But it's probably one we might not see due to licensing issues.
Yes, true.
And you're gonna really be annoyed at me, but I actually have another Simpsons game in my list.
Oh, it must be the Simpsons arcade game, but we'll go with that in a second. Yeah, because you love that.
Indeed.
I think everybody that played it on the big 4-panel. Anyway, we'll talk about it when it comes.
Yeah, sorry.
So you played it. You played Hit and Run on the Xbox. Yeah.
Original Xbox, yes. Oh, because we can't call it just the Xbox.
No, it has to just be the original Xbox now. It's like it's like capital T.
Indeed.
But no, that's a good choice because I think even I enjoy just doing like a quick tour around the like city of like Springfield.
Yeah, and when it opened up even more, it was awesome.
Yeah,
because it followed the old GTA style of we'll open up more when you complete more.
That's right, but there was a lot of like little platforming sequences as well. So it did
and I think that's maybe where it fell down a little bit because, as you know, in history, 3D platformers can be a nightmare. So.
Yeah. I didn't swear at it too much. I only played it for maybe a few hours, but I didn't swear at it as much as I thought I would. So it couldn't have been that bad. So no, that's fair enough. I did enjoy that game as well. So that was a good number 4. My number 4 is the game I spoke about earlier, where it didn't do too well in the West, even though Nintendo spent $2 million on like an advertising campaign for it, with the tagline of "This game smells." It was Earthbound. Now, Earthbound has only recently, and I say recently, maybe a couple of decades now. Even though it came out in quite late for the SNES, I think it was. But Earthbound is one of these games that has a cult following now, and nearly I think got an N64 version out as well, which I think would have been awesome. But I think it didn't help with the sales in the West, so it didn't. So Mother 3 didn't come out for us. We have to get a fan translation for it, and I think Earthbound N64 didn't come out as well. But I think it obviously got included on the SNES Mini, but I think it's time now to almost bring it out back. And either maybe, dare I say, 3D it. I don't know. It could be a disaster. But if they tried it for the N64, I think these days they could just go for it and try and do an Earthbound for the Switch. I think a lot of people would give it a go. It's one of these weird little funny RPGs that strangely just draws you in and says, I need to try and play this. I keep getting to this like a certain bit, like a second or third boss, and I never seem to push on past it. That's my failing. That's not the game's failing. And I just feel like I would love a cult following, like 3D. It doesn't have to be 3D. I think they could just bring it in and bring in some kind of like new age 2D-ness to it. But maybe try it 3D. I'd probably give it a go, and I think they'd have enough fan base now in both the East and the West.
Definitely, yeah.
To bring in some real cash. So I think Earthbound for me. I thought long and hard about it. I mean, Earthbound, it seems like a crazy choice, but I think there's a fan base enough to actually get a fantastic audiences.
Return on the investment.
I think so, yeah. So I think,
unfortunately, because that's what all these remakes amount to, whether they're going to make a return on an investment.
Yeah, because it's fair enough doing like a quick Buggy Boy game, but would anyone just buy it apart from 41-year-old me that's like going, I loved it back in the day?
There's enough 41-year-olds out there like you, Neil, who would buy Buggy Boy, so I don't think you've got to worry.
Well, your body will hope so, but I think when Dizzy Returns did a kickback. Kickback. Well, that's where
I want to start a website called
Kickback.com. I kickstarted, but I think they were asking for something like £350,000 when really they should have just gone for £35,000 and just did a new Dizzy. I think most people would be mega happy with that one. But so I think that just shows that even though there's some lovely memories about these games, most people won't, if they see like a target like that, they will say, well, stuff that. £350,000 for like a 3D Dizzy game might be a bit too insane. It's strange that it didn't get closer to being met. I think it only reached like, I don't know, was it 25,000 or something in the end? So it was pretty shockingly low. But that's why I think Earthbound, I think there's enough people in the East and the West that you could quite happily do a game like that and it would sell well. Okay, number 3 then for you, Andrew. You're looking at me like you're a crazy nutter.
I am a crazy nutter, and you're going to absolutely despise me.
Go on.
I want a modern remake of Wii Sports Resort.
Is it Wii Sports or Wii Sports Resort? Did you want
I want Wii Sports Resort.
Okay.
The resort one.
A lot of people do want the first Wii Sports to come out as well. So
yeah. Well, obviously, probably encompass both. But
you could bundle both of them in.
Yeah, bundle them. Well, just make one game called Wii Sports Resort Sports, and you'll be fine.
Didn't they try and bring out a Switch Sports Resort or something like that?
I don't know. It honestly feels like it's just a massive missed opportunity just to update the game and bring it out again on the Switch.
Yeah.
Because it'd be perfect for it. It really would. With the motion controls and everything,
exactly.
It's even better than it ever was.
Yeah.
But it just honestly feels like it's...
Do you feel like it? I mean, it's not too much programming, surely. This is it. I mean, it's bowling, so there's only basic rules.
I mean, ideally, all I want it for is bowling, because I absolutely adore the bowling on that. It's easily the best bowling experience I've ever had.
Yeah. And
I've tried various bowling games on VR recently, and they don't even come close to how good that felt. It's just a case of getting the Switch out, making it work with the HDMI and stuff like that. Even though I've got a little adapter now that allows me to do it.
Oh, nice.
It's just a lot of work when it could be just done very easily on the Switch. Not much would have to be done to it except for making it Switch compatible, and then I think they make a lot of money on it personally. I think the Switch is lacking a very decent sport game like that.
Yep.
That's because there are games like that do offer like the bowling and other like that, but it's all other publishers and developers, and they never seem to capture the magic. There's always something missing. It's always, what's the best way to? It feels like all the other versions that are trying to emulate Wii Sports Resort are the Netto version of Wii Sports Resort, if that makes sense. That'll make sense to some people, but not everyone. It's the bag and bucket version of Wii Sports Resort, and it always feels like it's being put together with sellotape.
I think if you do a good shot in the Wii Sports games, you know that you've done well, or it feels quite satisfying. In some of these other games where you do your shot and all that, you're thinking, well, why was that any different to what I did previously, and I got less. So it's I think everybody loved Wii Sports. I think that was the game that launched the Wii into the millions.
Oh yeah. I think, and it showed other people who were not used to playing games. Oh, I can play a game just like playing a game.
Yes. And it's not like crappy Space Invaders or something more complicated. This is like Wii Sports. This is like tennis, bowling. I think that did help when you bundle it together with the Wii, and obviously the Wii Sports Resort came after and refined these things and added extra events. Was it as well? Was it the Wii Sports Resort?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
So I think.
I mean, you could even call it Sports Resort Switch or Switch Sports Resort,
which I thought
it writes itself.
Yeah, exactly. And let's face it, it's not much more extra programming, because it's just with the Wii remote posted bigger.
We keep saying that, but we've got no idea how.
no, but I'll program it in.
All we have to do is change this one if statement to say Switch instead of Wii. And
if Switch, then produce game. So no, that's a great choice as well. Okay, so number 3 then for me, I'm going back. So this is a game that I would really, really want. Be it could be on VR as well, because it's like a cockpit game maybe. But I've gone for the Commodore 64/Amiga classic. It basically came out on everything. Chase HQ. I think Chase HQ, you could have it as a cockpit game, and you could have it as like a VR game. Although you might have to maybe have it a bit further up and back, maybe, I don't know. But either way, I think I'd love it. I mean, it was one of these perfect driving games where you had to get quite close up to the baddie, but then the hard bit came, or the harder bit came, where you had to try and smash him in the side, and if you did it too poorly, then you fell back, and obviously you had a time limit to actually take the guy out. So it's a case of how do you take one of these guys out, and you had boost bar as well, didn't you, that you could slam the boost bar and get a bit of.
Because I always used to save the boost bar for when I was just behind him and I'm gonna ram you.
I think that was the clever tactics. I think it must have given more damage to the car.
It didn't feel very clever, because I didn't get very far in Chase HQ on the Commodore.
No, and let's face it, neither did I. So why am I choosing it? Well, it's just one of these games that I think I'd love to see a brand new like remake of it. I think everybody loves playing a bit of like Chase HQ. I think there was even a second Chase HQ as well. Again, I might go back and like try and play Chase HQ 2.
I think there was a very similar style game that was released on the original Xbox.
Oh my god.
I can't remember what it was called. I actually had it, but it did remind me very much of Chase HQ. I'll have to see if I can dig it out. Because I think I started to have the box.
That'd be pretty good if you could even emulate
over there.
You can emulate it and like play it from it. And
can you emulate the original Xbox now?
I bloody well hope so. I mean,
you should be able to. You might even be able to buy it on the Xbox Series X now. So,
and that's true actually, because they are bringing out a lot of stuff. But I think Chase HQ is one of these games from my past that I'm like, oh yeah, I think I'd love to see like a remake of that, even if it's in VR.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you're like going when you have to try. And then I that was the noise of the boost. It just sounded like a vacuum going crazy or something, or like a futuristic vacuum. But then there was always like turns in the road, and I sometimes missed these bloody turns, even though it had arrows going. And I was like, I'll go straight on and hit the thing, you know. But yeah, it's I think Chase HQ would be fantastic. So please bring that out again. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're on to number 2.
You're probably going to dislike me again for this, but
the whole list has just been turd, really, isn't it?
Yeah, my list has. My list has been terrible. And I know there was an actual updated version of this game released, but I'd like the original I'd actually like the original 2D version just remastered.
Okay. And
brought back in 2D, and that's NBA Jam.
Oh no. I'm glad you put in NBA Jam, because there's been a lot of NBA 2K blah blah blah, but stuff all that bollocks.
The problem is, I get. I mean, it's like FIFA and stuff like that. I get it. I get the attraction, but I don't, because
not the Ultimate Team bollocks. But anyway, never mind.
My friend's son's obsessed with it, and it's just
it's a real money well, and that's why EA will not.
I'm going to say I prefer Fortnite to FIFA. I think Fortnite is less
money grabbing.
I think Fortnite is less aggressive in terms of less like. It's just insane what happens. It's like the actual transfer market.
Yes.
I think that's what you don't understand. It's like eBay for cards.
Yes.
It's just mental.
The thing is, it's like digital cards, so you can't even use them any time again. You spend all this money on packs. What was it? Not loot boxes or loot crates. It was
surprise mechanics.
Surprise mechanics.
That's the term they use.
Surprise! Your credit card has been maxed out. But it's so terrible. But NBA Jam was pure. It was funny. It was enjoyable. It was fast paced. It was
just arcadey, and that's what was great about it. And I'm to be honest with you, I should have played some of the NBA 2K games because they look pretty good.
Yeah, but
I think NBA Jam just gets down to the nitty gritty.
Yes.
Big dunks. 2v2. And fast and frantic, and that's it.
Unlike no loot boxes, no adverts, no extra. You can earn these coins, stuff like that.
Well, unfortunately, with it being a sport game, that's where it would go to now.
Yes, of course.
Because I think any sport game is going to have that kind of
DLC uniforms.
Yeah. I think it's just get the Jordan pack, or get the Scottie Pippen, or the 90 Bulls.
You want Scottie Pippen like Scottie Pippen like shiny card. Open this pack.
Yeah.
Go away.
So I just like the original version remastered up to 4K resolution, 2D sprites and stuff like that. I think it would be amazing.
Yeah. Again.
But obviously, we've got licensing issues.
Yes, that's right.
EA, I think NBA 2K is EA, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
So they now probably own the rights to produce basketball games with the likeness of actual NBA players and stuff like that. So you're not going to have that.
There was like a loophole with the Madden side where people could do an American football game as long as it was a arcade version and not a simulation version. I think EA was stripped for a bit of it, or there was a bit of a loophole where you could do one.
They should be stripped of everything, EA, if I'm honest.
Sadly, because they did do good games back in the day. They've now gone to the stupid surprise mechanics route, and they can basically die in a fire.
They've become, ironically, and what happens in a lot of cases, they've become the thing that they were fighting against in the early days.
Yeah, which is mad, really.
Which is what happens to everyone now, apparently, I think.
Yeah, because you like either get bought out for like loads of cash, and then your firm gets turned into...
You either die a hero or see yourself become the villain. To quote Dark Knight...
something.
Yeah, Dark Knight. It was Dark Knight, It was Dark Knight,
So you're right. I think NBA Jam would be fantastic for everybody, and it's just a fun little arcade game.
It is. Yeah, you can just pick it up and play one game, and that's it.
Sadly, it would get turned into some kind of like look box system or something stupid like that, and
that's the problem now. Now, like FIFA's become $1 billion game due to all the prize mechanics.
Yeah.
It's other people want a slice of the pie.
Yeah, it's bad luck,
and that's a shame.
I think that's why that's why everybody loves these retro carts, because you can pick up the cart and go, that's the game. There's nothing you don't need to like download anything. You don't need to. Yes, granted, if it was missing from the cart, tough luck. But still, that's why people reach out for these games in the past, because you don't have to have an internet connection. You don't need to have like an online account. You don't need to always have like DLC to get the full game. And yes, you don't have to patch. For good or for worse. Yeah, you don't need a 50 gig.
Yeah, good or for worse, exactly. Obviously, patching is a good thing to a degree.
It's a 50 gig patch for was it Cyberpunk the other day, 50 gig or something it was, and it's like
about that.
That's the whole game. I mean,
but the problem is, what happens in the future? How are we going to play Cyberpunk?
Well, people can release games more and more that are broken because they know they can just patch them, and that's the sad thing, really.
But once again, that's maybe not on them, but it's down to time pressure and stuff like that, and money.
Of course, yes. I mean, obviously, crunch. But it's another word that I hate, crunch, because it's just like capital C, crunch. It's like woke.
Except when it's in front of crunchy creams.
Yes,
crunchy creams. Love a good crunchy cream.
Stop it. Right, I'm going back to a modern-ish game because my list has been pretty old school, but
well, that's good. I'm glad you have.
I try to keep my list earlier list free. Hence, I've tried to go, these are the games that I would like. But at number 2 on my list, I have put Black and White on my list because
I knew this was coming. I knew it.
Yes,
as soon as you talked about Colin McRae Rally, I was like, Black and White's going to be here somewhere.
Yeah, Black and White, because I think Black and White, I have unfinished business with Black and White. You cannot really run it on.
I would like to actually play the game.
Yes, because you can't really run it on a PC. I needed to get a Mac Mini to actually play Black and White, which seems insane.
And now even an updated Mac wouldn't probably be able to run it.
Oh no, it has to be a crappy Mac Mini from the early 90s or the late 90s or something. Yeah. So this game is Lionhead Studios. It's a Peter Molyneux game. But it was really unique. And you're a god, and you were in charge of a monster or like an animal, and he was your representative on Earth, and you could train him to be good or evil, or black and white. And obviously, I went the evil route. You went the good route. That tells us a lot about each other. And you could train your animal, or you could. Neil. It's actually swapped over. But you could train your animal to help you pick corn, or to help out people, or to help collect wood and stuff like that, wasn't it? Or you could just slap him about a bit and get him to eat people. So it was a really interesting game, and I think. I
love that's the way you went with it.
Yes, I actually trained my guy to eat people. Yeah.
It's a good psychological question whether you're so comfortable.
Well, that was their advertising campaign
with yourself.
Wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah,
that was it.
That
Will you be good?
You're happy. Maybe I'm so worried about what's inside me that I don't let the evil manifest in any way, shape, or form. But you're so well-rounded and a good person that
I just wanted to see my animal
and be happy with it.
Chew on my townsfolk. But I think that game, I got to the 4th level. Now, whether or not it was slightly bugged or something, or I just can't remember why I stopped there, but I'd love to see it being, because the graphics were...
I'd love to complete the game, to be honest with you. That's what I like to see.
Yes.
I never got off the first level because it was like, bloody hell, this is taking a while to make everyone love me.
True, it did. So... it'd be like all coward for me, but I think I did get to the 4th where your animal got stolen and you had to go to the evil god's home and like defeat him, I think, by fireballs and stuff, because you could create fireballs and like make it rain and stuff like that. Yeah, by doing the shapes on the screen, which again was very, very
with
novel.
the mouse here.
So I do think I'd love to see a black and white version. They were so close to doing a black and white version for the Dreamcast apparently, and it got obviously cancelled because of the Dreamcast. But I would have loved
That's
to
a shame,
pick
because that would have been amazing.
That would have been amazing. Yeah. And the graphics.
Because we could have
Yeah. Exactly, you could still play it to this day and conserve that game because it was fantastic. The graphics were a little bit stretched. I found on the like mountains, especially they were a bit like plop down.
Here's a texture. Yes,
exactly. But I do feel like if they could modernise it, I know Lionhead closed down a wee while ago, but somebody should pick it up and give it a go. Because
I'm not sure who'd even own the rights in that case.
You could just ask Peter Molyneux. In fact, I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him myself.
Tweet him. Yeah.
Peter Molyneux,
do it.
Can I have the rights to remake?
So we'll give you an update on how well that goes.
Yes, I'm gonna physically ask him. Okay, so that's my number 2.
Physically, you turn up to his door.
Hey, Pete, you did so crap with it. Like the rest of the stuff, but Black and White was amazing. Thanks. So yeah, I need to see that remade so I can just play it again. So yes, so we're on to our number 1. So this for you is the Simpsons arcade game, because we've reached the last one. So I love the Simpsons arcade game. I think everybody loved it because it looked like you were playing an episode of The Simpsons. It was well drawn, and it was a fantastic.
It was well drawn. Yeah.
It was a fantastic. I guess it's like a Streets of Rage kind of beat 'em up. So is it a side-scrolly beat 'em up? I don't know how you.
Side-scrolly beat 'em up, but it was 4-player co-op.
That's right.
That was the charm for me.
And each section had like a different color, and obviously you had a joystick and a few buttons. Was it 3 buttons or something?
Yeah, no, 2. I think it was punch and jump.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was so simplistic, but at the same time there was technicalities to it that I never got. I just loved to play, and you could play with any character except for Maggie because she was stolen.
He was the one who was stolen by Mr. Burns, Smithers. I think she was stolen.
So I remember plopping in enough money to just see the ending, even though I was poop at it and kept.
Oh wow! I didn't actually see the ending, so you've done better than.
Yeah, I think
Don't spoil it.
No, I can't. was it a mechanic? I don't know. Is it mechanical burns or something? I can't remember. But yeah.
The thing that really bugs me about this game is that it was actually released for the Xbox 360 on the Xbox Live Arcade.
And you had a limited amount.
I did not purchase it. So now it's lost to history because, once again, as with a lot of games, there's a license issue.
I think many people call this the Scott Pilgrim.
Yes, although Scott Pilgrim has been recently re-released. So.
And I'm still waiting for my physical copy to come from America.
Oh, nice! You actually got the physical. I actually bought it on Epic Games Store, I think.
Yes,
so.
I actually bought it on like limited run games. I was going to go for the KO edition, which was the fancy one with the like light up band stage.
Oh, nice!
But it was at the exact same time as Monkey Island. Was it Quintology or something came out? So I had
got to choose.
I couldn't spend over £100 on both of them, so I had to go for the Monkey Island, and I went for the basic edition of Scott Pilgrim. But because unfortunately I have to wait for Monkey Island to ship, I haven't got my Scott Pilgrim yet, even though that's in hand with a little like limited run. So I have to wait for Monkey Island to come, and then I'll be playing it. I mean, you can buy it pretty cheap on the Switch. It's a few pounds, isn't it?
But I think I paid about £12, but I had a £10 voucher.
Oh, nice.
Or something like that, so £15 or something. But
Scott Pilgrim was one of the games that people, again, it was a side-scrolling beat 'em up a bit like Streets Rage and stuff like that, and people were going on about that one. But Simpsons arcade game, it's a shame that it's now. I mean, I would hope that's the next game they try and get licensing for.
Well, I'm hoping because of the Turtles thing. So Turtles is just the arcade game is getting remastered. We're getting new things in it and everything like that. And I'd love to see the Simpsons arcade game come back. I mean, they could even do some really clever things with it and make it an actual proper like Simpsons story. There was actually a release of a similar style game on the iOS devices,
right? Nice.
And it was actually called The Simpsons Arcade, but it was an entirely new story, entirely new graphics. You only played as Homer, and you had like the other characters come in and help you. But unfortunately, that now no longer runs either because it just doesn't work anymore. You click it, it doesn't go anywhere. So
it's a shame. I think this is why people do push on with the preservation of old games. Thank you very much. And I think that's why
it is a big issue.
It's important. This is why people say physical forever. They're not just trying to get your hard-earned bucks from you. Well, they are, but also it's to safeguard these games.
I mean, even the issue with physical forever is that look at Cyberpunk. I mean, I've got a physical copy of Cyberpunk, but when I put it in, it had to download. It had to
2/3 of the game back again, which is insane.
Yeah. So who knows where we're going to be in a couple of years where we can't play these games anymore.
I mean, this is why if you have it on like a floppy disk, that's it. Unless the floppy disk like deionizes or like wrecks itself, which by the way my Canon fodder has. I need to buy a new disc one.
Oh dear!
Over time.
If anyone has a free disc one, please send it through to us.
Because but that is a
PO Box Neil needs Canon fodder.
I think I'm not a big fan of beat 'em ups, but I did enjoy Streets of Rage 2 and 4.
Oh yeah.
And I did play all the way through Simpsons Arcade when I was like younger, so there's something there that I like.
I don't know what it is about it. I think mainly it's the 4-player co-op-ness of it. That's what I love about it. And obviously there's MAME and stuff like that, but I'd like a genuine way of being able to play it with my friends.
Yes, definitely. And I think that'd be a fantastic...
Without buying the arcade machine.
Although that might have to be an option.
Which I probably could do.
Might have to be an option. Get it
when I'm not in a top floor flat, I'll consider it.
Excellent. Good job. Done. Right, so that is a good number one. We did epically foreshadow it earlier, but I still think it was a good choice, and I can see how it's number one. Yeah.
I mean, I recently bought an Apple device to try and get it back, and it didn't work. But
which Apple device? Please say it was relatively nothing.
No, I went nuts.
Was it an iPad Pro? That'd be great if it was.
It was, yes.
Excellent.
But I even tried it. I dug out my old iPhone 5 SE, which is the battery life of a Kipper.
Yes. Because every Apple product
it doesn't even work on that either. So. And
that's a shame because you'd hope it would have done. Yeah.
But the problem is there's no incentive to update it because it can't be. The license is expired.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Fine. Boo.
And you look at games like Alien Isolation today and other things like that. What's going to happen to them once? I mean, a prime example of a recent game is Lego Lord of the Rings. That's no longer able to be purchased.
Wow. Yeah. And
that wasn't long ago.
Yeah, you would think.
I managed to get it.
Yeah.
But
that's bizarre.
The license expired.
Yeah.
So
I suppose film licenses. Most of the film games suck, so that's probably a blessing. But the Lego ones are a nice.
Yeah, they're charmingly good. That's the thing about Lego is they're charmingly good.
Okay, here's my number one then. This is my number one game that I'd like a remake. And it's simply 1987's Dizzy. I think it was the Ultimate Cartoon Adventure. Nice. The first Dizzy. I don't even want it 3D. It's okay, Oliver Twins. You do not need to do a Kickstarter for like £350,000 pounds. I'll just have it 2D, brought up to a bit more like modern graphics. And I'm not usually a one for a modern graphics, but I think with like Dizzy, I just want to see something.
You could make it really special,
like modern.
You could make it really special.
You could make it quite shiny. I mean, because for me, the first Dizzy has something about it. People obviously say that the Treasure Island Dizzy and Fantasy World Dizzy are better games. In a way, maybe, but Treasure Island was quite short. Fantasy World was had its issues. Well, I did with the Snap Happy Gator and the pig that you have to quickly run down and plant the like bone to get him to stay in his hut. But the first Dizzy was a bit magical, a bit mystical. It was rough. It was rough and ready, but there was something about it. The atmosphere that it created felt dangerous, but also you wanted to explore. And it's weird in a quick 8-bit pixely game like that with limited sound that you could get that feeling from a game like that. But for me, it was weird because Dizzy 1 was the third installment of Dizzy that I played in order, because I actually played Fantasy World first, then I played Treasure Island, then I played the first Dizzy, and weirdly I played it on a Spectrum, which didn't have the same graphical quality as obviously the Commodore 64.
It did not.
But it didn't need it. It just felt spooky and dangerous, and I just felt like I don't know what to do at this point. And I think it really attracted me to go back and play Dizzy on my Commodore 64, and it was a fantastic game, and I think you could really redo it in a way and make it very mysterious again. And I think that kind of game, I would love to see it just being brought back up to a bit more modern like graphics, with a bit even scary soundtrack and all that as well would be good. Yeah.
I think we'd just settle for it to be able to be played on current gen, really. So,
I think. And systems. I do think they brought out, the Oliver twins brought out Dizzy Panic or Panic Dizzy. I can't remember which way around that was, but that was the kind of like sat in a maze type ones, a bit like Fast Food Dizzy, I think it was. Was it Quick Snacks? No, it was Panic. No, what game did they bring out? Was it Quick Snacks Dizzy they brought out? Or is it just called Quick Snacks? Anyway.
Quick Snacks.
That's too basic. I never really enjoyed the like Dizzy ones like Dizzy Down the Rapids, although that was hilarious when we did a video on it, or Panic Dizzy, Quick Snacks, all the kind of like mazy offshoot ones. No, I just want to play the original puzzle adventure, and I think I'd love to see that as like a 3D one. So that's why I put it number one, because for me that is still a game that it still brings me chills whenever I actually start playing it again. I'm thinking, this is...
I got chills.
Yeah, I do. It's weird, because there's not too many games these days that I actually sit down and go, wow, I remember playing this. Maybe it's because I remember playing it. And when I got onto a brand new screen, because I did a puzzle, I was like, what the hell do I do now? And this is only as a 10-year-old kid, really. So
because back then there's no save states, and it's just like, okay, I remember how to get through that screen. And now I've got to work out the screen, so I've got to remember. I always got to remember how to do that and go forward and forward. Yeah. So because in some of the games it was also down to sometimes being lucky. I remember playing Scooby Doo on the Commodore 64, and it's one of the platformers where you jump onto a platform that's moving, but you do not move with the platform. So you need to. I didn't realize that, and I jumped on. And I fell out. I'm like, no, I'm so close. So it's just learning and remembering.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I have put a couple of other games that I have kind of put down there. Like, should I have fitted them in? I put down Alien Breed, but they did bring out a new Alien Breed game for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, they did.
I even put down Lemmings, and I thought that's too sacrilegious to try and remake Lemmings.
I was gonna say Lemmings as well, but I'm not sure how they could do that any better now.
Exactly.
I don't think 3D would improve it. I don't think
didn't they try a 3D version at one point?
They did Lemmings 3D. I think it came out on the Saturn.
Yeah.
And PlayStation, but I just don't think it was very good.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't done by the same dudes, I don't think. Then I put down the Last Ninja 2, because I remember playing that on the Commodore 64, and it had a really good soundtrack, and it had a really good theory behind it, the whole fighting / puzzle system. Again, isometric as well. And I think Last Ninja 2 would have been a great shout. I mean, there was 1, 2, and 3, so you could even put them on the same cart. I also put down PP Hammer and his pneumatic drill. It's a bit like a Steam. Is it a Steam World Dig game where you had to dig down the level? Maybe a bit like Bottle Dash as well. We had to dig down a level and get to the bottom and find all the gems without dying, because stuff fell on top of you. And the other one I put down was Rick Dangerous, which again harps back to you had to learn how to do the level, because Rick Dangerous had stuff falling down from the sky, rolling out to you. Darts came out the side, poison darts came out the side to hit you, and it didn't give you a chance. You had to know they were coming up, so you had to learn the level. So again, that would have been quite a good remake, although I would have thrown the controller out the window probably by then. But yeah, so that's our top 10s. Hopefully there's something in there that you would have agreed with.
Hopefully.
Especially on my list, because it was totally awesome. No, it's fine.
Wow, that's painful.
But anyway, that will do for now. We'll say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Of course, yeah.
I don't know why my knob's in show now, but that's really annoying.
I hope that's been recorded well, because that's going to be put at the end of the video.
He's back again. There we go.
Put your knob away.
Oh god. I wish it was that big. I really do.